Hello everyone, Lytro Storm here, and today we're once again covering What If Vegeta Recruited the Frieza Force. This is part 2, so let's continue the story as quick as possible. In the last part, Vegeta decided to spare Kui, Dodoria, Zarbon, and the Ginyu Force minus Ginyu. Another thing that occurred was Goku never got body swapped, so he never gets a large Zenkai and stays at a 90,000 base form. Obviously that seems like little has changed, but if you watch the last part, you'll notice a few details that you're missing. So be sure to go do that. The link will probably be in the description or in the comment section. Since you guys destroyed the like goal last time, we'll increase it to 150 likes to get the next part early. Also, I know a lot of YouTubers have started doing this, so if you enjoy the video, please consider subscribing. Currently, less than 40% of my viewers are subscribed, so let's try and change that so you can be here when another video goes up. As always, be sure to join my Discord and follow me on Twitter. Links in the description. We now continue after the crew have reached Frieza's ship with every Dragon Ball. Vegeta plans on using them to make himself immortal, whereas Goku and the gang want to bring back their friends. They all argue, however Dende reveals that their dragon has 3 wishes, and so they decide that they can share to avoid conflict before the Frieza fight. However, Neo will still have to buy some time for them like in canon to be able to do this. And so Neo stalls Frieza whilst Dende wishes Piccolo and Chaozu back to life. But just as Vegeta is about to gain immortality, Guru dies. Frieza then arrives angrily and is ready to end everyone. He sees all the traitors, including the Ginyu Force, which were persuaded by Vegeta, basically just aiming a ki blast at them until they submit, but that's besides the point. Frieza sees all of his former men and is absolutely mortified that they would stand against him like this. However, Vegeta blocks all of Frieza's attacks, prompting him to reach his second form. Now, everyone would be outclassed. When Vegeta is beaten, Goku charges at Frieza with a Kaioken times 10 that he should be able to use based on his trip to Namek. This is a much closer fight, and Gohan and Krillin both beg Dende to heal Vegeta once more. As much as they don't like him, they need him. At this point, the Ginyu Force, seeing the guy who beat them at his full power and still struggling to win, give in to Frieza. They all collectively tell Frieza that Vegeta forced them to, but they never had any intention of actually fighting against him. Frieza appreciates this and decides to let them live if they help wipe out the scum who betrayed him. And so, the 4 attack Zarbon, Dodoria, and Kui. Gohan and Krillin both back them up, and with their strength, they're able to stop the 4 of them. The Ginyu Force are successfully knocked unconscious, and the main fight continues. Now Vegeta has reached a power level higher than Frieza's. He easily dominates Frieza, prompting him to transform once more. He reaches his 3rd form, but it's still not enough. It puts him closer to Vegeta's strength, but not close enough. Frieza tells him that he has 1 more form, and Vegeta, despite everyone else disagreeing, allows him to use it. They all fire blast at him, but only Krillin's Destructo Disc does anything, removing his tail. Frieza notices this and gets angry, but Vegeta secludes him so he transforms now or dies. Frieza reaches his final form, and easily begins batting down Vegeta. Goku gets back up, a little winded by Frieza's attacks, but won't let Vegeta just die like that. He uses a Kaioken times 4 and tries to oppose the tyrant, but is slapped away by Frieza's tail before he can even come close. He's then grabbed by the leg with it and tossed around like a ragdoll until he finally decides to throw him aside and finish Vegeta. With their comrade in a bad position, Zarbon, Dodoria, and Kui all rushed in to try and stall, while Goku was healed by Dende. Unfortunately though, Frieza's previous attacks on Goku and Vegeta were not going to have the same effect on these much weaker traitors. And it is with these 3 swift attacks that all 3 of Frieza's former elites were dead on the ground. As Frieza looks back in Vegeta's direction, another Destructo Disc comes flying at him from behind. He jumps up, losing his tail, and is now even angrier than before. He turns around and aims his hand at Krillin, but someone steps in front of it. It was Goku, now having reached his power level of 3 million like in canon. Goku uses the Kaioken to varying levels to knock Frieza away from their current battlefield. Nobody realizes the reason why, until Frieza sees Vegeta standing once more, next to the small Namekian he hadn't killed. Frieza aims his finger before Goku gets to the next punch and kills Dende. Goku is infuriated by this and realizes that he needs to make another gamble, times 20. He charges into the air and hits Frieza multiple times before launching himself and ending it with a Kamehameha. However, no matter how strong that attack may have been, it wouldn't be enough to end the Emperor of the Universe. Frieza once again returned to beating down his opponent, focusing on making sure he felt the pain. However, Vegeta told him that this was where their fight ended and his fight with Frieza finally finished. Vegeta, seeing Frieza's power, now far surpasses his previous state, sporting a power level of 20 million. His bravado dropped once more though, when Frieza focused his attacks on him yet again. Although he was much faster, he couldn't avoid the attacks of someone stronger than Goku's Kaioken, and although he was much stronger, he couldn't deal damage to someone on that level either. Goku was once again forced to save him, using the Kamehameha from his feet to launch himself at Frieza with the Kaioken. This headbutt crumpled the Emperor, dropping him to the ground next to Vegeta. Goku then asked for Krillin and Gohan to give Vegeta their remaining energy so that they could fight together, but Vegeta refused it. The prince struggled to get up, and once he finally did, he was shot through the heart by Frieza, and then shot even more. The Overlord laughed at what he had done, and Goku was once again angry, but didn't have the strength to keep pushing himself if he wasn't going to make a difference. Goku stood with his hands in the air. Frieza wondered what was going on, and he was completely bewildered. He stood and watched, asking Goku multiple questions before deciding to attack once more. And so, during that time, Gohan and Krillin decided to wake up the Ginyu Force and tell them the situation. They needed to give Goku all of their energy right at that moment, or everyone was going to die. They had failed to kill the other men, so they would be included. And so, the Ginyu Force, deciding to stand up and finally do something of their own free will, gave all their energy to Goku, to make the Spirit Bomb stronger. Gohan then rushed at Frieza, kicking him in the face. This allowed for Goku to throw the Spirit Bomb and seemingly finish him off. The hero used this peaceful time to bury Vegeta and tell the Ginyus that the prince had chosen to save their lives, and for that, they should at least respect him some more. The four think about that for a little bit. I say a little bit because, of course, this attack wouldn't finish Frieza, but it sure would make him angry. A blast hit Gohan, the boy who only a year ago had been an innocent child, free from the world's horrors, was now falling to the ground, lifeless. To continue further, Krillin was lifted into the air and exploded just like in canon. Goku's body emanated a golden glow as he told Frieza that he would pay. Of course, as you all know, Goku would become a Super Saiyan. He would tell the Ginyu Force to leave, and so the four of them would race to their pods. I'm not going to say that Goku would kill Frieza instead of trying to give him another chance, because Goku would still have his same morals. The only difference would be who was killed. Obviously his son would hurt him more, but never push him to break his morals. As any other time in the series, he doesn't unless he absolutely has to. Here, he does not. So that's my explanation for why Frieza survives Namek just like in canon. Also, everyone who died on Namek are brought back and sent to Earth using the Earth Dragon Balls. Goku then finds the only pod left, Ginyu's, and travels to Yardrat. Now you may be thinking that things are lining up much more to the original, and you'd be right. However, here is where more changes would be occurring. Over this year and a half when Goku's gone, the remainders of the Frieza Force show loyalty to Vegeta, and decide to train with him to further themselves and prove their worth. Also, Piccolo is much weaker from not fusing with Nail, but as that time passes, Vegeta doesn't get much stronger. However, his new comrades do. 7 much weaker partners means they'll grow exponentially, and eventually be able to challenge him if he's willing to train them up. And he is. Once Mecha Frieza and King Cold arrive, they can all compare to Frieza's earlier forms. Power levels on screen now. And I know that might sound hard to believe, however consider other times when a character had a training partner far outclassing them. Gohan is a clear example. When he trained with Piccolo, he went from a power level of 1 to 981, or even higher when you consider that he was suppressed when Nappa read that power level. Either way, as they arrive nothing really changes. Trunks appears, kills Frieza and Cold, Goku's there, Trunks gives Goku the medicine and talks about the androids, then leaves. The only differences now are that Piccolo is weaker and the Frieza Force are going to train under Vegeta once more. But this time, they may be able to push the former prince. And that's where we'll call this a part 2. Hopefully you all enjoyed this, and I want to shout out Super Savage 789 for editing this video so that I can work on the next one right away. Check his channel out, link in the description. The like goal is 150 as I said before, but as always, tell me if you like this part, tell me what you think will happen next, comment your requests for future videos, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, have a great day. Alright.